Reporting live from Hypers Club in Atlanta for Comedy Hype News, I'm Symphony. Over the weekend, the U.S. Army would celebrate its 250th anniversary with a military parade in Washington, D.C., which coincidentally coincided with President Trump's 79th birthday. In response to the military parade, the No Kings protest would also kick off that same day, where the attendance was much higher than celebrations for Trump's birthday. Now, several No Kings protests took place all over the country, from New York to Atlanta to Texas to Los Angeles. The protests are aimed at calling attention to actions of the Trump administration, which many would call a dictator or king-like, hence the name No Kings. Now, the weekend was busy in terms of national headlines, some of which included immigration and customs deportation raids, as well as Israel's attack on Iran, among more. Now, the No Kings protests all over the country would seemingly garner more attendance than the president's own celebration, which many would point out. If you recall, some time ago, Hughley would leave and abandon social media site X, famously owned by Elon Musk, not wanting to give any support to the former head of DOGE. Instead, Hughley would take to the social media platform Threads in order to comment on the situation, writing, "What's hilarious is that more people attended his insurrection than his birthday." In addition, Hughley would also share a headline from news platform The Guardian, who shared an article covering the parade. That headline said, "Trump coveted a military spectacle, but his parade proved underwhelming. Just kind of lame." The Guardian. Hughley would also jump on Instagram to post several clips from the parade. Reporting on the event, the crowd for the parade was on the smaller side. Given the magnitude of the event, and the crowd began to show signs of restlessness just 1 hour into the event, which was mostly attended by Trump supporters, military families, or some political individuals wanting to see a parade. Now, The Guardian wasn't the only platform to criticize Trump's celebration, as Rolling Stone would call the event a gross failure in its headline. The second headline would read, "The president's military parade, which reportedly cost up to $45 million, was short on attendees, long on political speeches." By comparison, the Daily Beast will report that roughly 4 to 6 million joined the 2,000 plus No Kings protests throughout the country, which made it one of the largest demonstrations in United States history. According to USA Today, Kentucky Republican Senator Rand Paul would call the event too expensive for the country and accuse Trump of glorifying weapons. "We were rejoicing the end of war, and we were rejoicing our soldiers coming home, and that absolutely ought to be commemorated. But we never glorified weapons so much, and I know he means well. I don't think he means for any of this to be depicted in another fashion. But I'm just not a big fan." He would also add, "We're $2 trillion in the hole, and just an additional cost like this, I'm not for it." So, what are your thoughts on D.L. Hughley's roast of Donald Trump's near-empty military parade event? What do you think about the No Kings protest that took place throughout the country in opposition to Trump's policies? Let us know in the comments below. And stay up to date with the latest news and comedy by subscribing right here to our YouTube channel. Hit the bell and select all so you can receive notifications to all of our content and not just some. Check out Hypers Club for all your cool and original merchandise and content. And for our YouTube viewers, if you appreciated this update, don't forget you can send us a super thanks by hitting the button below, and you can tip us what you want to show your support. Reporting live from Hypers Club in Atlanta for Comedy Hype News, I'm Symphony.